not Lil Baby, Dababy's ticket sales. Y'all believe this ticket sale thing with Dababy is a farce? I think people. I've been trying to look for the source because I'm usually good at figuring out where stuff is coming from. Let me read the article. So, Dababy was supposed to perform in New Orleans. Sorry. I'm going to read the article. Wait. Oh, they want me to turn off my ad blocker? Ha. No, I won't. So we're back here with it. Cool. Dababy concert that was set to take place in New Orleans, the Smoothie King Center. Okay, let me look up the Smoothie King Center capacity. The capacity is 18,000. Okay, so usually when a place can hold 18,000, that's for like a basketball game. Once you do stage setup, usually there's nobody directly behind the performer, so you're probably gonna cut off like about 1/4 or 1/5 of the venue. So this venue with a stage set up in it. Let me click the whole thing. So this venue with a stage set up. Let's see if I can find it. I look at right here. This venue with a stage set up, right? The stage could be here. People are gonna be sitting. So the stage will be here. Nobody's gonna sit in these back seats. And people are gonna be from here going around, right? That's just usually goes, right? Yeah. So if it normally holds like 18,000, it would hold about like 14,000 when you turn into a stage setup. Cool. It was supposed to happen actually last night. It's been axed due to struggling ticket sales. According to NOLA.com, fewer than 500 advanced tickets to the show has been sold for the 1,400 seat arena, with some going for a little less $35. Greg Pulver, one of the show promoters, cited business reasons as cancellation. This is going to be important. We're going to look up why this is happening right now. Because here's my overall theory. Dababy is not they're trying to paint this picture with this. You know how many times niggas move concerts around? Like, for example, Dababy could be performing in the New Orleans area, say 4 times in a week, which means maybe he sold out 2 to 3 other events, but now those are the waves, quote unquote. You ever been in a city or a college? You know, like if there's 4 parties, there's usually 2 that's the wave, everybody going there, and there's 1 party. It's not that it's just trash, it's just like no, everybody's going to other things in the city or the town. It's the same when an artist comes to a city or he's touring in the same region. That's why many contracts usually have clauses that say you can't perform within 90 miles of here for 2 months before, like, or 3 months before, because they're trying to build some anticipation. Why would you go see Dababy if he's performing like 2 days before? You know what I mean? He's performing 2 days before at some other venue. Why would you go there? Or if he's going to be at a club, Rolling Loud does that too. Rolling Loud don't let all the people they brought to town and paid to be on Rolling Loud do mad shows in Florida afterwards. No, nigga. Do your show in Florida and get the fuck out of there. That's what you got to do. They have to do that to build up anticipation for especially the bigger guests. If you going to give Travis Scott a couple $1 million to do Rolling Loud, you think you could... Like, they're not going to let Travis Scott be like, okay, yeah, he's doing this party right before. No, he can't perform until he does Rolling Loud. Now, granted, sometimes they let these guys do, like, after parties or whatever the case is, but you can't be in that vicinity before because people won't show up to the main shit if they just saw that artist before. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is that I feel this is a propaganda play. If you're saying that his concert sold less than 500 tickets and you're not going to also give us the stats on how his either tour or the recent concert's been doing, it either has something to do with the venue, that region, that promoter. I can't just automatically assume Dababy is not popping. That's what people want to say. And really, it's interesting that this is coming in, especially after all that LGBTQIA plus shit that happened. I think people have been waiting for Dababy to take a L or look like he's falling off, which is interesting. Here we go. Keep reading. So I'm going to look up this Greg Pulver nigga in a little bit. because if he's a promoter, he's going to have some answers. But promoters talk in code. They're never going to tell you exactly why they're fucking canceling some shit. Greg Pulver, promoter. Let me see. Is it this him? Music promoter? Let me see. Okay. We got some more info. Okay. All right. He's currently working on putting on a replacement show in a different state, possibly featuring other artists along the lineup alongside Dababy. However, CEO of booking agency that represents Dababy claimed it was the rapper's representatives who pulled the plug on the concert after the promoters did not fulfill the terms of their contract. By the way, again, you know, I know sometimes y'all be watching this back on YouTube, be like, yo, Ak, why are you telling us how niggas get private jet? It's not applicable. I try to give you as much detail as I can when it comes to like doing either business or the insight into the music business, that you could have a better and nuanced opinion about what's really going on, not to be a sheep. And when I give you these, when I'm trying to arm you with these, like, you know, knowledge, I want you guys to think for yourself. I don't want to program you. You get what I mean? So this is how this is. I think this is going. By the way, I think this was a one-off show. Okay, is Dababy with Showtech? This is what it was. Let me see if I can zoom in. Oh shit. Let me see. Okay, is Dababy with Showtech and No Cap? All right, I'm gonna do a few other things. We're doing all this shit live. Ticketmaster.com. I'm gonna tell you why I'm looking at Ticketmaster.com. I'm gonna type in Dababy. Okay, so I'm gonna type in Dababy. Reason why I'm typing in Dababy is that if you go on places like Ticketmaster, you're going to see if the artists who you're looking up their concerts have a tour going on. Now that's very important. If it was Dababy's tour that sold 500, that means a flop. 100%. I wouldn't come here and even try to give no excuse. This is your tour. It's your job, right? That's when an artist set up their own tour. However, promoters are seeing a quick flip. Let me give you the reality. Dababy is someone who has headlined a lot of festivals. People see him as somebody who could do 10,000 cap venues. So 14,000 might be a little bit of stretch, but they put no cap on it. Whatever. It's up to the promoter to make that shit happen, right? They're probably paying Dababy a huge bill. Got to be at least $250,000, right? This is how it goes. So it's not his tour. It's not his tour. Keep in mind. So because it's not his tour, it's on the promoter who's trying to flip something. I'm going to give you this example because I know my mans. I just connect him to Bobby Shmurda. He just booked him. Now, if he booked him he told me what Bobby charged him. If nobody show up to the club, you know, that's my man from like college days. So I say, I'm going to throw some promotion on it. It's in Jersey. Like, I think I'm going to even host this shit for him just because it's my man's. And we used to throw parties for $10 an entry fee. You know what I mean? So now that I'm at this level, he wanted to get into some promotion shit. He said, yo, Ak, you have any contacts to so-and-so artists? I threw him a contact. They got a price. He said, yo, I could get this venue for this date. I'm going to get some other promoters on it, blah, blah, right? I'm going to throw out fictional prices because I want to expose what Bobby's charging. Let's say Bobby charged $800,000. That was not the money. I'm just making it up. If you're the promoter, $100,000 is going for the artist. You're going to need security, DJ. You got to pay for the venue. You might need sometimes maybe other fees that are associated with throwing events. Who knows? Maybe you even need sound, depending on what type of shit. He's doing at a club. You don't need sound. The club has sound. But if you're going to be doing a 14,000 venue, we looked up the place, right? That's a place they play basketball games in. You're going to have to bring in a stage. You're going to have that type of rig. So cool. They're paying Dababy, and I'm flipping from Bobby to back to Dababy, right? It's probably going to be more than $250,000 they're probably paying him, right? He probably, let's say he charged $300,000. $300,000 for him. The stage is another $125,000, right? So that's already $425,000 in the hole. You're going to have to pay security $50,000 to $75,000. We're looking at close to $500,000 before we even think about what even the venue wants, right? So you're already down about like $700,000, $800,000 by the time you're done with all the expenses. Now you got to fill it with 14,000 people to make your money back. That's just technically how these things would go. And what people do when we see, oh, he only sold 500, we blame Dababy. Most times how it's written in a contract, right? Like, yo, you got to make one video saying I'm gonna be here, because some like promoters will post that, but the artist won't post it. You don't even see artists promoting like, yo, I'm gonna be here tonight. Usually in a contract it would be like, yo, I'm gonna be at Club 92 tonight. Everybody pull up. They make that video. You send it to the promoter. The promoter's local, so all the promoters or the sub promoters on the joint, they all posted up. Oh shit, so and so made a video saying they're gonna be here tonight, or they're gonna be there on the 8th, or whatever the case is. Everybody cop they my bad. Everybody cop their tickets. People cop their tickets, and hopefully you get a sellout, right? But the reason, again, I'm not blaming Dababy is that Dababy's obligation to this place is probably like only throwing up the flyer on the story. It's not hardcore promotion. So his money's guaranteed regardless. At least he got a deposit. Anything else is usually on the promoter. And it's usually down to contractually how much you got to do. Now, I say all that to say, I think if Dababy was promoting the venue and he only sold 500, that's a problem. He never promoted the venue. He never promoted the date. Which means the promoters, I believe, weren't doing a good job of getting awareness out there that Dababy's gonna come there, because Dababy does those type of venues. It's on the promoter. Now, granted, people are thirsty for the narrative that he's falling off, but let me see some album sales first. Let me see his actual tour flop. You know when people announce their tour and they be like, oh, we're going to reschedule or postpone it, or, oh, we're going to just cancel the tour right now because I want to focus on making my next album. No, you're going to cancel because someone's buying it. But a one-off show, that's on the promoter. I know 500 tickets to you, you're like, oh, only 500 tickets? Bro, I'm keeping 100 with you. If I could see Dababy for $35, say I had to pay for tickets and shit, and I had to pay $35, I'm going. But if you didn't know the nigga was going to be there. It is what it is. Somebody said, his tour was canceled, though. Let me see, Dababy tour. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to be very fair. Was it? When was this tour canceled? Tour. And was it canceled because of some of the LGBTQ shit? That it gotta be his tour. Let me see if has he gone on tour? Here we go. Let me go to his Wikipedia page. They'll have like his official tour. Bro, listen. It's easy to get on here and just roast the niggas. Trust me. I could get on here and just roast him like, yo, he's falling off. But nigga, I know there's just more intricacies than that. Here's the tours he's done. Live Show Killer is the last one. Look, make sure I can see it. Live Show Killer is his last headlining tour. Maybe there is more tours that he maybe just wasn't a headliner on. Was he on any other tour? Let me see. Tour. Okay, Live Show Killer tour. Let me try to look at some stats on that. I gotta look up the tour dates to see when it started and when it ended. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so that shit ended in February. So he's probably like, again, he hasn't dropped new music. So he's just, other than the shit he dropped with Youngboy, he's just probably picking up bags. He's gonna do every Rolling Loud because he finally got uncanceled from Rolling Loud. And then he hasn't toured in a long time. I guarantee the majority of these weren't canceled. So you're telling me, and look at the venues he's doing. So, oh my bad, I can't see it. Look at the venues he's doing, right? He's doing the Palladium, Arizona Federal Theater. Look at all these places that he's doing, right? By the way, let me see if I can find anything in Louisiana. I don't know if he did Louisiana on his tour. But let's look at the capacity here. He did this in February. Capacity. Oh, this is 4,000. Okay. Or maybe they booked too much of a big... Nah, I thought he does 10,000 venues. Capacity. So you got to do to figure this shit out. Oh, so his tour was doing 5,000 capacities. Oh, never mind. Yeah, House of Blues is always small. Maybe they booked too big of a venue. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, but 500 tickets still sounds sus. No, San Jose Civic Center, I think that's big though. Capacity. What the fuck? 2,800. Whatever. Okay. I thought that was a big joint. Pause. Capacity. 3,867. Oh, okay. Shit. Yo, hey, listen, and this is how transparent I am. I'm changing my opinion mid topic. I still think it's on a promoter, but if he went on tour for 5,000 seat venues, I thought he was doing 10,000 personally. If he went on tour for a 5,000 seat venue, why on earth would you book him for a 14,000 seat venue? You get what I mean? Yeah, all of these are saying between 2,000 and 5,000. Fillmore Auditorium. Capacity. 3,900. Yeah, and this is the baby, right? I'm not tweaking. Yeah. Toyota Oakdale Theater. Capacity. 5,000. Yeah, this is the 5,000 capacity tour. Southside Ballroom in Dallas. Capacity. I don't know why I thought he was doing, yeah. Look. Coca-Cola Roxy in Atlanta. Let me see how much that holding. Capacity. Capacity. Yeah, okay. So I stand corrected. I thought it was a 10,000 capacity artist because the nigga, like a lot of times, maybe I was swayed by some of his interviews. The nigga used to be like, yo, he's a headliner. He closes shows. He brings people. So I'm like, oh, he's doing like 10,000 now because I ain't gonna lie, he has a great show. But I thought he was bringing out like 10,000 people. Clearly he's not. He's at a good point, but he's doing 5,000. You get what I mean? 5,000 a show. The Met in Philadelphia. I forgot how much that holds. The Met Philadelphia capacity. Yeah, it's 3,500. So between 3,500, so he's like a New York Terminal 5 type of place, which holds like 2,500. By the way, I remember telling y'all Uzi, that's where Uzi is at right now if he's going on tour. Now, could Uzi sell out the stadium, or not stadium, but the arena in Philly? Yes. Like he could do a one-off show if it's a special show, just like Meek did a very special show in New York City, and he did the Garden. But these are one-off where he's promoting a lot for months. You know, not, oh, I'm doing a show every 2 days, which is a tour. That you're hoping to just sell off the name. Capacity, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So I stand corrected on this. I'm still blaming the promoter, but I'm gonna blame the promoter because if in 20 seconds I figured out that if I'm gonna book the baby for a show, I should probably book a venue, even if I'm gonna do wild promotion, maybe max 7,000 people. I'm not giving him 14,000. You're giving him 10,000 over the capacity. And then maybe the 500 ticket shit doesn't sound too wild now. Let me just tell you how most of these things happen. This is how on the promoter side, if anybody knows any promoters, I know promoters will hit me up and be like, yo, Ack, you're right. This is how ticket sales normally go. Rarely do you really have a full sellout for the majority of artists when they throw an event. When an artist usually throws an event, you will have about a good sign that the event will go well, especially for urban artists. I'm talking strictly for urban artists. A lot of times, I'm telling you about nigga mentality. Niggas will wait to see if something is popping before they buy tickets. So when it's initially announced, they're not going to buy it yet. When it gets closer, they'll start buying a little bit more, right? Because, you know, there's probably more promo. They say, oh, that's where everybody's going to be for the weekend? Okay, bet. And then what usually happens, like for most urban artists, if it's 60 to 70% sold out in tickets, you're usually going to get a full sellout because the rest are going to be a walk-up crowd. That's what they call it. So you're anticipating that the rest of the people are going to show up to the venue the day of and purchase tickets there. They didn't purchase online. They didn't do it on StubHub or Ticketmasters, but they know that's the wave in town because 70% of people already bought their tickets. So 70% is going to be there, right? The other 30 are dick riders. So they're just going to wait till the day, be like, oh, that's where everybody going? I bet we're going to go there too. They're going to cop the tickets the day off. You feel me? So that's the walk-up crowd for the majority of shows. So 500 tickets, obviously that's not 60, 70%. Maybe that's the reason why the promoter in concert with Dababy canceled it. But at the end of the day, the venue was too big anyway. He's not selling 14,000 people out. He ain't doing it. I ain't gonna lie. When these niggas post their shows on Instagram, they post them performing in front of 20,000 people. You look up their tour, it's 1,500 people in the crowd. Like, I don't know how. It's like they must have a magic trick, or really, it's not a magic trick. Rappers only post pictures of their shows and videos of their shows when they're on a festival stage. They're at Rolling Loud, they love posting that picture and video. They're at some show that was thrown by some radio station with 40 artists. They love posting, yo, I had the whole crowds with their cell phone lights on, waving left to right. I'm lit. It looks good. It's 20,000 people. Great. But when are we going to see Dababy show? Dababy show has 5,000 people. Still good. I had a conversation last night where the conversation was, do we believe that NBA YoungBoy can really sell out an arena tour in the Forum capacity? The Forum is a venue. Where is this located, by the way? The Forum is a venue in Inglewood, California. Capacity is 17,505. Really, if you do a concert there, it's probably going to be the same thing, around like 14,000 people, right? That's to sell out the Forum. This is how it looks. Basically, it's pretty huge, right? Staples Center. The Forum would be considered like an arena. Staples Center capacity. It's 20,000. If you do the Staples Center, you could bring 17,000 people up in that bitch. Okay? Let's think about it. What's the arena? What arena is in Louisiana? That's where, YoungBoy's, I would believe, his base is. Indoor arenas. Like, what's the big basketball venues? That's the best way to find it. Ain't there like a New Orleans team? Like New Orleans Pelicans or something? Where does the New Orleans Pelicans play? Okay. Oh, they play at the Smoothie King Center. So it's that same place that Dababy was going to... Why the fuck they thought Dababy was going to do that? Or maybe they thought they were like me. Okay. So it's Smoothie King Center. Smoothie King Center capacity. We looked this up already. So yeah, 14,000. Do we believe that YoungBoy would be able to sell out 14,000 at all these places? Keep in mind, let me give y'all the difference between a tour and a one-off show. Yet again, a tour is going to be multiple shows back to back to back to back. You don't have time to promote each one. You're hoping that you're so hot that once you announce the tickets are on sale, all of these things pretty much end up selling out by the time you get to the city. So if he goes on a 30-city tour, and by the way, I seen his manager, salute to Alex, which I don't know if he's his manager or, he's acting in the manager role. YoungBoy manager tour. I think he spoke on it yesterday. Here we go.